What's happening, folks? Back with another reaction, back with some more Roxette, and we're moving to the Ballad and Pop Hits tracks, which I've not reacted to. This apparently is from 2002. Now, I know I never did the reaction to the demo version of Blah Blah Blah, but my understanding is that it is actually quite similar to the album track, so maybe at some point we'll circle back and hit it, but for now, we're moving on to this, I guess, posthumous release, meaning I think Room Service was the last proper album. So yes, we're moving to some non-album tracks that were included on this Ballad and Pop Hits release 2002. Thank you to Michaela for providing this, as well as providing other materials in the Roxette world and many other things, and to all the people who contributed to the Roxette collection I now have. But yes, the first of these tunes is A Thing About You. Now, I'm curious about the phrasing. If it was The Thing About You, I'd be more inclined to see it with a bit more clarity. Now, that doesn't mean it would be correct, but if you were to say The Thing About You, it's like your defining characteristic, the thing that sets you apart from others or that distinguishes you. Now, that could be distinguishing in a good way or a bad way, or at the very least in a complicated way. But yes, if it was a singular thing about this other person, then I'm inclined to read it as the thing, the essence that makes them them, whether that's behavioral, psychological, emotional, what have you. But a thing about you, I'm less clear on what it might mean. The idea of, it's one of your characteristics. It is a thing that makes you who you are, but not necessarily uniquely nor singularly. So, yeah, I do wonder what it'll be. Let's see what I can pick up on a first listen. This is Roxette. The tune is A Thing About You, and it's one of 3 tracks I have in this folder, and somehow let me know if it didn't download everything. But yeah, I'm assuming most of the tracks on this release were hits that I've already reacted to from previous albums, or maybe, previous bonus material. Nevertheless, this is A Thing About You by Roxette from the Ballad and Pop Hits release 2002.
The phone, I'm dialing your number while I pray you're at home and alone, 'cause I can't function on my own, and I'll never stop believing the reaping is done. You're the one, the radio is on, but the sound is all gone, and I wanna walk out in the sun, but lately, that's been very hard to do.
Roxette, like, is quick, but there's a very funky little bass riff in there. And a gradual fade, a long gradual fade, which, if you're gonna do a fade out, I feel like that's the way to go. So yeah, it does sound like one of those classic Pear and Marie songs. We hear, I guess, more of Pear, but Marie really does flourish in the choruses. In particular, a couple moments where she had some nice, fluctuations, melodic fluctuations at the end of a line. And yeah, I enjoy the composition. It's sort of down tempo. It's not particularly fast or rocking, but it definitely has some energy to it and some different layers. I think I heard like I'm assuming string synth layer in there, and also that like I don't know xylophone style melodic run, which kind of like walked up and then would walk back. I enjoyed that, and yeah, so I didn't consider that it could be part of a larger phrase, but like I've got a thing about you, and then given some of the other lines I heard, it's like he's saying, I mean, he says more or less directly, like, he can't go on without her, and he's, it feels like his life has no color now that she's not there. So it sounds like maybe they've been together, they've had some connection, but then they're now apart, and maybe, she left, or at the very least, they're like in a degree of separation. But he's basically saying, like, at first I was like, oh, I know it's not right. It's like, oh, so is like he's saying, like, he's a bit too focused on them. Like, he shouldn't have this fixation or this idea that, like, his life has no meaning without them. But then I was thinking, like, no, he's saying it's not right because she's not here. It's like, again, he turns on the TV, but it doesn't have any colors anymore, and he's, sitting there, and he's just thinking about it and calling. And I like the use of the actual, like, dial tone or the like calling ring in the like the sonic environment of the track. But yeah, I think he's saying like it's not right because she's away, because she's not with him in the moment. And yeah, so it sounds like he is saying, whatever else is going on, that like I just have this thing or a thing for you. I like it's it's beyond my rational control, and it's like some compulsion, it's some obsession, maybe not like in a like bad way, but like the idea that he's just convinced himself this person is essential, so if they're not here, it's like my heart is like a stone. Which I was interested, because he's saying like when he's calling her, his heart's like a stone, where you'd think like I hope she answers, or I hope this goes well, or we can get back to what it was before, which would make me think the heart is like beating, or there's a like intensity to it. But he was saying like his heart is like a stone, so maybe again it's the idea that his life has no color, it has no vitality now that they're not there. So let me know if I'm reading that wrong. That's what I took from it on a first listen. And yeah, I enjoy any Roxette song where they both provide the vocals, and this one is another example of that. So yeah, looking forward to more. I am going to do one more from the 3 in this folder in this same batch. We'll do a Roxette double this time around. So I will see you in a moment for that. Peace.